What if I told you that something as simple as the way you walk could completely change how your body burns fat? Most people think fat loss is about working harder, sweating more, or cutting more calories. But the truth is, your body holds a hidden switch, and you can flip it just by walking differently. Let me show you how to unlock that switch so your walks actually become fat-burning machines. Have you ever gone a long walk, maybe even an hour, and thought to yourself, why am I not losing the belly fat I hoped would melt away? You come back home a little sweaty, maybe even proud of how many steps you got in. But when you look in the mirror week after week, that stubborn fat doesn't seem to budge. This is such a common frustration, and it has nothing to do with how hard you're trying. It has everything to do with what your body chooses to burn for fuel when you walk. Most people assume that walking equals fat burning, but in reality, that's not always how your metabolism works. The body is constantly deciding whether it wants to use glucose or fat as its primary source of energy. And most of the time when we go on those casual walks, the body is choosing glucose. Think of glucose as the quick burning fuel. It's like dry kindling in a fire. Easy to light, fast to burn, but it doesn't last very long. Fat, on the other hand, is like a dense log. It takes more effort for your body to tap into it. But once it does, you've got this steady, long-lasting energy source. When you head out for a traditional walk, especially if it's right after a snack or when your blood sugar is still elevated, your body looks around and says, why should I go through the extra work of burning fat when I have all this easy glucose sitting here? And so it burns the sugar first, leaving your fat stores completely untouched. That's why you might feel like you're working, but not actually shifting the fat loss needle. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If you make just a few simple changes in how you walk and when you walk, you can flip that metabolic switch. Imagine you've just finished your lunch or dinner. Instead of sitting down and letting all that food spike your blood sugar, you step outside for a gentle walk. What happens inside your body is remarkable. That walk signals your muscles to pull sugar out of your bloodstream for fuel, which lowers your glucose levels more quickly. As your blood sugar comes down, insulin drops too, and when insulin is lower, your body suddenly has the green light to burn fat. This means that instead of storing the food you just ate as fat, you've trained your body to burn it more efficiently. That's the power of timing. Another scenario is when you head out for a walk in the morning before breakfast. This is what we call fasted walking. Overnight, while you've been sleeping, your body has been using up stored glucose to keep you going. By the time you wake up, your glucose and insulin are naturally lower. So when you choose to walk before eating, your body doesn't have much sugar to rely on. Instead, it has no choice but to go into those fat stores for energy. You might not notice the difference on the surface. Walking feels the same. But metabolically, it's a completely different story. You're literally retraining your body to prefer fat as fuel. And what about the way you walk? If you keep your pace the same every single time, your body adapts. It gets efficient, almost too efficient at doing the same motion. That means it doesn't have to work as hard, and you don't get the fat burning effect you're looking for. But when you add in small variations, like picking up the pace for a block and then slowing back down, your muscles suddenly wake up. Your mitochondria, the little power plants inside your cells, start producing more energy. This not only burns more calories, but also nudges your metabolism to tap into fat because the body needs that extra push of energy. So the question isn't whether walking burns fat. The real question is, are you walking in a way that encourages your body to burn fat instead of sugar? If you've ever felt like you're doing all the right things, but your fat just won't move, the answer might be that your body is stuck in glucose burning mode. By changing when you walk and how you walk, you can flip that mode into fat burning. It doesn't require extreme workouts, long hours at the gym, or complicated diets. It's simply about making your daily walk smarter so your body has no choice but to pull from those stubborn fat reserves. Picture this. You've just finished a satisfying dinner. Maybe it was rice and chicken, maybe pasta, maybe something heavier because it's the end of the day and you're finally able to sit and relax. Most of us naturally head straight for the couch, scroll on our phones, or turn on the TV. It feels comforting, but what's happening inside your body in those moments is something you can't see. Your blood sugar is spiking. The food you just ate breaks down into glucose, which floods into your bloodstream. In response, your pancreas sends out insulin, the hormone that acts like a traffic cop, directing that glucose into your cells. Insulin is doing its job, but here's the problem. High insulin means your body is storing energy, not burning fat. That's why the timing of what you do right after a meal is so powerful. Now let's flip the script. Instead of sinking into the couch after dinner, imagine you decide to take a short walk. Nothing extreme. Just a simple 10 to 15 minutes around your neighborhood. That small shift changes everything. The muscles in your legs start contracting as you move, and when muscles contract, they pull glucose out of the bloodstream to use as fuel. This action lowers the spike that would normally happen after eating. And here's the magic. With lower blood sugar, your body doesn't need as much insulin. Less insulin means you're no longer locking fat away in storage. Instead, you're keeping the door open for fat burning to happen. Think of insulin like a light switch. When it's up, the fat burning switch is off. When it comes down, that switch flips back on. Most of us spend too much time with insulin elevated because we eat and then sit. Over the years, this cycle trains the body to store fat instead of burn it. But when you insert a short walk after a meal, you interrupt that pattern. You're telling your body, don't store this energy, use it. Over time, those little walks add up to a big metabolic difference. The science is fascinating, but the experience is also practical and simple. Have you ever noticed how heavy or sluggish you feel after a big dinner? That's because your blood sugar is on the rise and your body is pouring out insulin to manage it. If you get up and move, even lightly, it feels different. Your digestion is smoother, you feel lighter, and your energy is steadier instead of crashing. That's because you've given your body the chance to handle glucose more effectively. You're not just burning off calories, you're retraining your system to manage energy in a healthier way. This becomes even more important at night. Dinner is usually the largest meal of the day, and it often comes right before the longest stretch of inactivity, sleep. When you eat a big dinner and then sit until bedtime, your blood sugar and insulin can stay elevated for hours. That's a recipe for fat storage and restless sleep. But if you walk after dinner, even just around your block, you lower those numbers before your head hits the pillow. That not only sets you up for fat burning overnight, it also improves the quality of your sleep because your body isn't busy wrestling with excess sugar. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need to power walk or track every step. The key is consistency. Every time you choose a short walk after a meal, you're stacking a win for your metabolism. Think of it like a compound effect. One walk lowers your blood sugar for that meal, but many walks over weeks and months train your body to be more insulin sensitive. That means your body needs less insulin to do the same job, and the less insulin you have circulating, the easier it becomes for your body to dip into fat stores for energy. So when you're sitting at the table after dinner, you really have two choices. You can sit back and let your body handle that glucose spike in the usual way, which means more insulin, more storage, and more stubborn fat. Or you can step outside for a gentle walk and give your body the chance to burn energy more efficiently. That simple decision, repeated night after night, can be one of the easiest and most powerful tools for fat loss. It's not about working harder. It's about working with your biology in the right moment. Imagine it's early morning and you're just waking up. The house is quiet, the air outside feels crisp, and you haven't eaten yet. Most people reach for breakfast right away because that's what we've been taught. Fuel up first thing in the morning. But here's where the opportunity lies. Overnight, while you were sleeping, your body wasn't taking in food. Instead, it was relying on the energy already stored inside you. By the time you wake up, your glucose reserves are lower, your insulin is naturally at its lowest point of the day. And that creates the perfect window to tap into fat stores for energy. If you decide to go for a walk before breakfast, you're stepping right into that fat burning zone. Think of insulin as a gatekeeper. When it's high, the gates to your fat stores are closed. Your body is told to use sugar for energy and to lock fat away for later. But when insulin is low, the gates swing open and your body has permission to go in and grab energy from fat. That's what makes fasted walking so powerful. You're not just burning calories from the movement itself, you're training your body to prioritize fat as fuel. And the beauty is you don't have to push yourself into exhaustion. Even a steady, paced walk in the morning can create this metabolic shift. Let's picture this in real life. Someone wakes up, drinks a glass of water to rehydrate, maybe stretches for a minute, then steps outside into the fresh morning air. As they start walking, their muscles contract, and those contractions signal the body to find fuel. But since insulin is already low, glucose isn't the main option anymore. The body looks to stored fat and begins breaking it down into fatty acids, which get shuttled into the mitochondria, the energy factories of the cells, to be used as fuel. You don't feel this happening, but under the surface, your body is becoming more efficient at burning fat. With every step, the experience of walking in a fasted state feels different too. There's a steadier kind of energy, not the jittery spike and crash you get after a sugary breakfast. Many people notice they feel lighter, more clear-headed, even a little sharper mentally. That's because as your body breaks down fat, it also produces ketones, another energy source that fuels both the muscles and the brain. It's like flipping on a cleaner, burning fuel system that leaves you more energized instead of weighed down now. Someone might wonder, won't I be too weak to walk without eating first? The answer is no, because your body has more than enough energy stored in fat to carry you through. Even lean individuals carry tens of thousands of calories in fat storage. What you're doing with a morning fasted walk is simply teaching your body to access what's already there. Over time, this makes you more metabolically flexible, meaning your body can smoothly switch between using sugar when it's available and fat when it's not. That flexibility is key to long-term fat loss and energy balance. Another bonus of morning fasted walking is that it sets the tone for the rest of the day. You've already nudged your metabolism into fat burning mode before you've even had your first meal. That momentum carries into how your body handles food later on. When you eventually do eat breakfast or lunch, your insulin response is often more controlled, and your body is more likely to use that food for energy rather than store it. It's like priming your system for efficiency all day long. The best part is that this doesn't require extreme effort. You don't need to run miles or push your body into exhaustion. A simple 20 to 30-minute walk before breakfast is enough to tap into this natural fat burning mechanism. Consistency is what matters most. Each morning you choose to walk before eating. You reinforce your body's ability to burn fat more easily. Over weeks and months, this adds up to visible changes in body composition and even improvements in energy, focus, and overall health. So when the morning comes and you have that quiet choice to make, reach for food right away or step outside for a walk. You now know what's happening inside your body with each option. One keeps you in glucose burning mode, the other invites your body to unlock fat and use it as fuel. It's a small decision with a big impact, and it's available every single day when you wake up. Think about the last time you went on a walk. Maybe it was around your neighborhood, to the store, or just a casual stroll after work. Most of us fall into the same steady pace without even realizing it. We move at a comfortable rhythm. And while that's great for relaxation, your body quickly adapts to that pace. When your body gets used to the same thing over and over, it stops needing to work as hard. And that means you're not tapping into fat the way you could be. But here's the trick: when you add small bursts of faster walking into your routine, you shake your metabolism awake and give your body a reason to burn fat more efficiently. Imagine this scenario. You're walking to the store, just cruising along at your normal speed. Now, what if you challenged yourself to walk faster for just one block, pumping your arms, lengthening your stride, picking up your pace, and then slowed down to your normal rhythm for the next block? That simple alternation back and forth is called interval walking, and it changes the way your body processes energy. Those quick bursts demand more from your muscles, and in response, your body has to produce more energy. To do that, it doesn't just rely on glucose. It starts dipping into fat because the demand is higher than what glucose alone can cover. Here's why this matters. Inside your cells, you have tiny energy factories called mitochondria. Their job is to turn the food you eat and the fat you store into usable energy. When you stick to the same slow pace every time, your mitochondria don't have to adapt. But when you give them these short challenges of higher intensity, they respond by becoming stronger and more efficient. They multiply, they grow, and they improve their ability to burn fat. Over time, this means your metabolism runs faster even when you're not walking, because you've trained your body at the cellular level to be a better fat burner. The experience of interval walking feels different too. When you speed up, you notice your heart rate rising, your breath deepening, and your muscles engaging more fully. Then, as you slow down, you give your body a chance to recover before the next push. This rhythm of effort and recovery mimics what happens in more intense workouts, but without the strain of running or heavy training. It's approachable, sustainable, and surprisingly effective for fat loss. And the best part is that you're in complete control. You decide how long to walk fast and when to slow down, so it can be tailored to your own fitness level. Think of it like teaching your body to be flexible with fuel. In the slower moments, your body can rely on glucose. But in the faster moments, when the demand for energy spikes, glucose isn't enough, so your body begins to mobilize fat. That switch back and forth is what trains your system to become metabolically flexible. And metabolic flexibility is one of the most powerful tools for long-term fat loss and health, because it means your body is no longer stuck relying on sugar all the time. Instead, it can easily pull from fat when you need it. It doesn't take hours to create this effect. Just 20 to 30 minutes of alternating speeds can spark the metabolic benefits. For example, you might walk at your regular pace for 2 minutes, then push yourself faster for 1 minute, then repeat. Even a short session like this a few times a week can start to shift your fat burning capacity. And if you do it outside, adding in natural inclines like hills or stairways, you challenge your muscles even more, which further amplifies the effect. You're not just walking, you're teaching your body to become an efficient fat burning machine. Over time, these little bursts of intensity add up. You'll notice you feel stronger, your endurance improves, and you may even see changes in how your body looks and feels. That's because you're not only burning calories during the walk, you're training your metabolism to stay elevated afterward. It's like giving your body a reason to keep burning fat even after you've stopped moving. All of this from simply adjusting your pace during something as ordinary as a walk. So the next time you're out walking, remember that you don't have to settle for the same steady pace. If you play with your speed, fast for a block, slow for a block, you're unlocking a fat burning hack your body actually responds to. It's simple, it's free, and it transforms an everyday habit into one of the most powerful tools for boosting metabolism and burning fat. Think about how many moments in your day involve moving from one place to another. You walk to the car, you walk into a store, you move around the house. Maybe you take the stairs, or maybe you don't. Most of us see those moments as small and insignificant, but what if those tiny decisions actually shaped how your body burns fat and how healthy you feel long term? Walking doesn't need to be thought of as a workout you have to carve time out for. It can be a lifestyle tool that turns your everyday routines into opportunities to improve your metabolism, balance your hormones, and unlock fat burning. Picture yourself heading to the grocery store. Instead of circling the parking lot for the closest spot, you park farther away on purpose. That short extra walk isn't just steps on a tracker. It's a signal to your body to use more energy. The same thing happens when you choose the stairs instead of the elevator. Your muscles engage more, your heart rate rises just a little, and your body is reminded to dip into energy reserves. These choices may seem small, but they stack together like bricks, building a stronger foundation for your health. Over time, those little bursts of movement help train your body to become a better fat burner. Even when you're at rest, now imagine you're on a long phone call for work or catching up with a friend. Instead of sitting still, you decide to walk around the block or pace your house while you talk. That time, which you would have spent sitting, suddenly becomes a fat burning opportunity. Your body doesn't need extreme effort to respond. It just needs consistency. Each time you choose movement over stillness, you're nudging your metabolism in the right direction. This isn't about burning calories in the moment. It's about teaching your body to prefer fat as its primary fuel over the long run. When you start looking at walking this way, it stops being exercise and becomes a lifestyle. You're not thinking about fitting in one more workout or pushing yourself harder at the gym. Instead, you're asking, how can I use the moments I already have to make my body work better for me? Walking after meals to lower blood sugar, walking in the morning before breakfast to tap into fat stores, varying your pace to wake up your mitochondria, all of these strategies fold naturally into daily life. They don't demand extra time you don't have. They simply reframe the time you're already using. Walking also does something deeper than just changing your body composition. It helps balance hormones like insulin and cortisol, which influence everything from how much fat you store to how much energy you feel during the day. When insulin levels come down through regular walking, your fat stores are no longer locked away, which makes it easier for your body to use them for energy. At the same time, walking lowers stress hormones, calms your nervous system, and even improves sleep. Better sleep means better hormone balance, which circles back to easier fat burning. It's all connected, and walking becomes the thread that ties it together. The empowering part is realizing that you don't have to overhaul your life to make these changes. You don't need special equipment, expensive memberships, or hours of free time. What you need is intention. You need the awareness that each step is a choice, and when made consciously, that choice can shift your metabolism. Every time you decide to walk instead of sit, to move instead of stay still, you're telling your body to keep its fat burning engine turned on. The more often you make those choices, the more natural they become, until walking as a lifestyle feels effortless. So the next time you're heading out the door, standing in a parking lot, or about to sit for a long call, pause and see the opportunity. Walking is not just about exercise. It's about training your body to burn fat more efficiently, balancing your hormones, and setting yourself up for long-term health. It's about turning something as ordinary as steps into something extraordinary for your future. Every single step matters when you do it with intention, and those steps, added together day after day, can completely change the way your body and your health feel.